The battlefield of Kurukshetra trembled under the weight of destiny. Thousands of warriors stood ready, their armor gleaming in the rising sun, banners rippling in the wind. But at the heart of this great war, a single warrior was frozen, not by fear of death, but by a question greater than war itself. Arjuna, the greatest archer of his time, lowered his bow, his heart heavy with doubt. And beside him, holding the reins of his golden chariot, stood Krishna, his charioteer, his friend, and, as he would soon realize, his divine guide. This moment was not just the turning point of a great battle, it was the moment when the universe itself revealed its deepest secrets. Who was Krishna? A warrior? A king? A teacher? Or something far beyond human comprehension? His presence shaped the course of history, yet his true nature remains an eternal mystery. Was he merely a man, or was he the very essence of the cosmos? Before we dive into the depths of Krishna's story, take a moment to reflect. If you seek wisdom beyond illusion, type in the comments, "I open my heart to divine knowledge." And if this journey into ancient truth speaks to you, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Together, we uncover the wisdom that time cannot erase. The story of Krishna begins long before the battlefield, in a prison cell where a tyrant's fear led to a prophecy. Kamsa, the cruel ruler of Mathura, was warned that the 8th child of his sister Devaki would be the one to end his reign. In terror, he imprisoned Devaki and slaughtered each of her children. But when the 8th child was born, the prison doors unlocked, the guards fell into a deep sleep, and the chains crumbled into dust. That child was Krishna. Carried across the Yamuna River under a stormy sky, Krishna was hidden in the humble village of Vrindavan, where he grew up among cow herds, stealing butter and playing his flute under the shade of ancient trees. But even in childhood, he was no ordinary being. He danced upon the many heads of the serpent Kaliya, lifting entire mountains with a single hand to protect his people. Wherever Krishna walked, miracles followed. He was beloved, yet he remained a mystery even to those closest to him. As he grew, his purpose began to unfold. He left the peaceful fields of Vrindavan to fulfill his destiny in the world of kings and warriors. He became a diplomat, a strategist, and a ruler, guiding the Pandavas in their struggle against injustice. But his most profound role was yet to come. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, as Arjuna stood paralyzed by doubt, Krishna did not simply offer words of comfort. He revealed a truth that had been hidden from humanity for ages. He spoke of duty, of the eternal soul, of the illusion of birth and death. He explained that true action is performed without attachment, that the wise do not grieve for the perishable, and that surrendering to the divine brings ultimate liberation. But even these words were only a glimpse of what was to come. As Arjuna listened, torn between his heart and his duty, he asked Krishna to reveal his true form. And in that instant, the air itself seemed to shatter. Krishna was no longer the charioteer. He was everything. His body expanded beyond the limits of vision, countless faces and countless arms radiating an unbearable brilliance. Stars were born and destroyed within him, time itself flowing through his form. This was the Vishvarupa, the universal form, neither past nor future, but eternity itself. Arjuna, overwhelmed, fell to his knees. "I see you everywhere," he whispered. "You are creation and destruction, the origin and the end. The universe itself is within you." But Krishna's message was not one of fear. It was one of clarity. He told Arjuna that every action in the material world was part of a greater cosmic order, that duty must be fulfilled without selfish desire, and that the soul is eternal, untouched by the passing of time. Arjuna, now seeing beyond illusion, took up his bow once more, ready to fight, not for victory, not for vengeance, but because it was his dharma. Yet this was only one aspect of Krishna's divine mystery. He was both the God of infinite power and the child who stole butter in the village of Vrindavan. He was the supreme ruler and the humble friend. The question remains, who was Krishna? Was he a historical figure, a divine being, a cosmic force beyond human understanding? Perhaps the answer is not in what Krishna was, but in what he represents. For some, he is the divine protector. For others, he is the voice of truth in times of confusion. And for those who seek, he is the eternal guide, leading the soul beyond illusion, beyond fear, beyond time itself. But his greatest lesson was not in what he revealed, but in what he asked. Will you act with fear or with wisdom? Will you cling to illusion or see beyond it? The answer, as Krishna said, has always been within you. Even after the great war of Kurukshetra, Krishna's role in the cosmic play did not end. He remained a guiding force, a presence that transcended the battlefield, the throne, and even the mortal world. For those who followed him, he was more than just a divine being. He was the embodiment of absolute truth. And yet, his nature remained a paradox, impossible to define completely. Unlike other kings and warriors of his time, Krishna did not seek power for himself. He built the great city of Dwaraka, yet he ruled it without attachment. He commanded armies but never fought for conquest. He guided the Pandavas to victory, but when the war ended, he simply walked away, unattached to the throne, the bloodshed, or the fleeting nature of human affairs. His teachings in the Bhagavad Gita revealed a vision of life that was unlike anything the world had known. He spoke of karma yoga, the path of selfless action, where one acts without attachment to success or failure. He explained bhakti yoga, the path of devotion, where love for the divine transcends all material desires. And he described jnana yoga, the path of knowledge, where wisdom burns away ignorance like fire consuming dry wood. These were not just abstract ideas, they were the keys to liberation. And they were not meant only for warriors or sages, but for everyone. Krishna's words echoed across centuries, shaping the spiritual paths of millions. His teachings were passed from guru to disciple, from scripture to seeker, from heart to heart. Even today, his words remain as relevant as they were on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But Krishna was more than his teachings. His presence in the world was a reminder of something beyond human comprehension, the play of the divine within the ordinary. He lived among cowherds, danced with the gopis, played with children, and shared laughter with his closest friends. And yet, he held within him the secrets of the universe, the power to lift mountains and bend time itself. This paradox of divinity clothed in simplicity is what makes Krishna so mysterious. To some, he is God. To others, he is the perfect teacher, the cosmic trickster, or the eternal friend. No single definition can contain him, because Krishna is not a concept to be understood. He is a presence to be experienced. Even his departure from the world was wrapped in mystery. After the Great War, Krishna retreated to the forests, away from the politics and conflicts of men. And when the time came for him to leave his earthly form, it was not through battle or suffering. A simple arrow, mistakenly shot by a hunter, marked the end of his mortal presence. But could the eternal truly end? Krishna had already spoken of this truth. For those who see with wisdom, there is no death, only transformation. And so, the mystery of Krishna remains. His story is more than legend, more than scripture. It is an invitation to see beyond illusion, to act with purpose, and to awaken to a reality greater than what the eyes can perceive. Perhaps the question is not who Krishna was, but where Krishna is. Is he in the pages of the Bhagavad Gita, in the temples where his name is sung, in the minds of those who seek wisdom? Or is he closer than we think, within us, waiting to be realized? So, ask yourself, who is Krishna to you? A teacher, a warrior, a mystery, or something far beyond words? If this message resonates with you, write in the comments. I open my heart to divine knowledge. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Together, let us continue this journey into the eternal wisdom that Krishna revealed, a wisdom that transcends time, space, and illusion.